Good morning, everybody, or afternoon in certain parts of the country. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you're watching this at on social media or on the replay, because today is going to be a pretty cool conversation. It's going to be an up close and personal conversation with our presider, and I'm super excited about that. For those who do not know me, my name is Evangelist Nietzsche. I am the Marketing and Publications Director for the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. Thank you for allowing us to come into your space every Tuesday, as we've been doing here lately at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Be sure to hit the like button, the share button, and also text someone and let them know that the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World is online right now. Just a couple of things really quick. Sunday school materials, you guys saw that those are being shipped out. And so you should begin to receive those by now. Hopefully you have. If you had a t-shirt, Read Fast Pray t-shirt, those started being shipped out last week. And then your Christian Outlook materials, the May-June issue of the Christian Outlook, you should begin receiving notifications of those within about the next week or so. So everything, any orders that you have placed already, that is all going out. Remember, virtual convention information is at pawinc.org/convention. All that information is there. And also anything relative to bookstore, relative to PAW upcoming events, everything is at pawinc.org. So you can always go there and gather all of your information. Okay. Text a friend, share this with a friend, like the video, share the video, let them know that we are live right now and we're going to have a conversation. I'm excited because today is a unique scenario, because we get to have an up close and personal conversation with our presider, our amazing presider. He's coming on the screen right now, Bishop Theodore L. Brooks Sr. And I think that you guys are really going to like this. And we're just going to ask him a couple of questions. So if you have some questions, let me look in the comments so I can see if I see you. And if you have some questions, go ahead and drop them down there and we will do our best to answer them. Bishop, I'm overjoyed that I get to have this conversation with you today. I'm just excited. How you doing today?
Well, I appreciate that. I'm doing very well. I can't complain. After Memorial Day yesterday, and just sharing with the family, it's good to see you. And trust that everybody is doing well and enjoying the Lord, and that God is keeping us and preserving us and fortifying us, and that we were not one of them crazy people that hit the mall or the beaches or them other things yesterday without any mask on and running around up close and personal. Lord help the people.
This has been a unique season, but I got to be honest with you, Bishop. I am ready to break out. You know, I'm kind of tired of being inside. I'm ready to just bust on out. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you. And I thought about that. And, you know, I broke out. I went in my backyard. I broke out, went in my backyard, did my little garden. So I have my garden out there, and I was out there just a little while ago before I came in here. Went out looking at everything, making sure that they're growing well and they're coming along well, and just.
We do need to get out and get some of the sunlight and the vitamin D.
Gotta get out. Gotta get.
We have to
walking, get in the sun, go walking, do a little exercise. My only concern is for us to be violating the social distancing rule and don't have a mask on, because we are more accessible to this coronavirus than what we really think. And especially those who are mellowing like me in life, you need to make sure that you do the right thing and take care of yourself. Having a mask, people come around you, have on mask, be careful with whom you come in contact with. Because you just don't know where this thing lies at.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a snake. It's hiding somewhere.
We have to do everything in our power to stay safe, you know, wearing our mask, keeping our hands clean. We've had those conversations so many times. Bishop, I'm excited, especially with this. What is that? What is that, Bishop?
My hand sanitizer. I'm in my office downstairs in my own house.
And you have it.
Yeah, I have it on.
Even Bishop is practicing safety, you all. I'm excited about this conversation with you today because we, because of what we're in, we're not able to come together physically to have a convention, but we are having a virtual convention. God's promised to perform July 29th through August 1st this year. And what are you most excited about with this, with us? This is something new for us to do this virtual convention. We had Good Friday service and, that was amazing. And now this is going to be like on steroids. So what are you most excited about with the virtual convention?
I'm excited about the fact that we are innovative and creative enough and willing to accept the challenge. And I thank God for all of you that are working on this, the whole social media crew, the planning committee, the staff that Bishop Toward pulled together to do the basic design, and then for the planning committee to do the furtherance design, and then for you all in the social media ready to take it to another level. I'm excited because we're not sitting back on our laurels, and we're not saying, well, this is it. We're being innovative and creative and dealing with the social, we're dealing with the pandemic, and we're dealing with it on its level, but raising the bar as far as we're concerned. For the first time in history, us and others will have a virtual convention, and we expect to see thousands, tens of thousands of people to tune us in for the 3 days, 3.5 days that we're on. And we're just not having it just to have it. We have the 4 major plans that we have out there, the 4 key things that we're trying to do so that we can be able to be a benefit. We're trying to, as you know, raise money for the food pantries all over the country and around the world.
Yeah.
This is going to help bishops who are in the Philippines, who are in Africa, who have a need, who are in different parts of the Caribbean and South America, that will be able to have some money to go towards them to help buy food, not to pay the bishop, but to buy food. And then we have, we're dealing something with our young people. We have a committee that's pulling together, and they're going to come down. How can we help our young people get laptops? They can't afford to get laptops, and other things that they're going to be working on. And as you know, most of our pastors and even some of the members of our churches are struggling. Some of our pastors are struggling. The average church has about, the average church have about 60 members, and some of the churches don't have that. And so they're struggling. And they're not only struggling financially, mentally, and emotionally. There was something that came out this morning. I don't know if you saw it. It was on MSNBC. This young lady was walking in the park with a dog and took the leash off. And the gentleman asked her, lady, can you just put the leash back on your dog? Because you don't know what dogs are going to do. And the lady went off on him. She went literally off and said she's going to call the cops and tell her a black man was harassing her, and he was filming it. I understand that her company found out about it. This happened a couple of days ago. Her company found out about it and have put him on administrative leave. That shows you, and I said to someone today, that shows you the tension that people are under.
That's right.
This is stressful.
Yeah.
This is not a joke. I mean, just like you said, Bishop, I'm ready to break out. I'm ready to get out of here. Where are you going to go? You want to go, but you're scared. Not scared. You're cautious about going out. Two of my sons have bad asthma. And one of them, the doctor told him, be careful going around people. And he's one of the pastors of the church. And so I tell him, put on your mask, practice social distance. He's with us Sunday when we have outdoor service, but he's going to go through another door and come out another door because he doesn't want to be affected by it. So it's stressful. So we're dealing with helping pastors mentally, emotionally, and helping them with their finances. Yeah. And then the final thing that we're dealing with is in Liberia, West Africa, we owned a lot of property. We owned the school there. It is PAW owned and operated. It is not the council there doesn't own it. We own it. We support it. And so we're trying to raise funds to be able to help stabilize them and give them a boost as they go forward.
That's, the pandemic aid, Bishop. I'm glad that you're speaking about that because, like you said, there are certain this is a unique situation, a unique time for all of us. And
Mm-hmm.
in some capacity or another, regardless of what our life was before this, we have a deficit in some capacity. And so
Absolutely.
I'm appreciative that the PAW is doing something, especially through this pandemic aid relief. Let me see if we can put that up on the screen, because you hit on some points of that. The pandemic aid relief in the areas and where we are helping to support. You mentioned empowering the leaders and mobilizing the youth. There's also food for families and intentional international territory, some of what you mentioned. And so why was it important for us? Why was it important for you to to have this effort in place, and how can people support it?
Well, it's important because we are the Pentecost Summers of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not about just raising money to go into the PAW treasury, just to sit there. It's not about raising money to give to any of the officers, including me. This is about helping people. We have people who are hurting, people who are starving, people who are going through emotional traumas. As you know, we have and I got to bring them on here because we have the Wellness and Health Committee that I developed. And we have 5 clinicians, I think it's 4 or 5 clinicians who are psychologists, therapists, who are licensed, who are setting up a mechanism where we can help people to deal with the emotional issues. We cannot we have to stop denying that everybody who has some mental problems, that is because of they're demonized. Some people have an imbalance in the chemical system in their body, and I'm far from an expert on this, so I'm going to be cautious about how we do this. So we need to make sure. I see we celebrate givers that give. We raised 4,300. Actually, the actual amount we raised, and I checked with it over the weekend, was we raised about $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
$6,000. Now, I might be on top of that. And this is not, again, this is for us to show our concern and our love for our brothers and sisters all over the country. We're saving money by not going to the convention. So we save that money. We have no more hotel bills. We don't have no food bills. We don't have no airline flights. So we have to show leadership. And we have to show that we are very concerned about our fellow brothers and sisters. And anybody that's been blessed and kept during this time and doesn't want to give, shame on you. Shame on you. If God has blessed you and spared you, and almost 100,000 people have died in this country, over 1.6 million,
Yeah.
no, it's 2 point, well, I don't know, what is it, 2 point something million, close to 2 million people have been afflicted with this COVID. Shame on you. God help you. That's not the spirit of love that the Lord Jesus wants us to have. So we're doing it. I know other organizations are doing some similar things, but we are the oldest apostolic organization, and we are the leaders. We are the leaders. And I'll say it again to every one of my fellow leaders. We are the leaders. Step up and lead. Stop crying. I don't have a diocese anymore, evangelist. My sons are working in the church. I don't take money from the church to pay my 3,000. I paid my 3,000 that we asked each bishop to give, and I've given my 1,000 already. That's coming out of my pocket. I've given my 1,000 already. So we're blessed of the Lord. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a whole lot, but I'm okay. I'm not starving. I'm not hungry. Plus, I got my greens growing in the backyard, my collards and cabbage, my mustard greens. So if I
Bishop,
give you nothing else,
that
I'm gonna
sounds
eat.
like we all need to come over for dinner. That's what that sounds like. That's what that
I
sounds
wish this
like.
was all. I wish this was settled down so we can all get together again. But until it does, we're going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'm pleading with the members of the Pentecost Summit of the world, those of you that are watching today, and they're probably not a lot because the holidays and people are trying to get around. But we're going to keep on mentioning. I need you all to demonstrate to our leaders that you understand what the need really is, and you're willing to step up to the plate and do the right thing and help out the organization fulfill its goal. $500,000 is going for this. It's not going to sit in the treasury. It's not going so we can get a bonus. Nobody's going to get a bonus. What you're going to get is to be able to help out somebody else, a young person, because they're not going back to school. I believe there's going to be another spike, and I believe that schools are going to be shut down as well as everything else. And it's going to help our young people, going to help a family out, going to help somebody who can't buy food to be able to get some food. So the more we give, the better off we are.
You guys can see on the screen that you can go to pawinc.org/PAWC, and all of the areas that Bishop Brooks has mentioned: the food insecure, empowering leaders, mobilizing youth, international territories. All the information is there. You can give in any amount. There's amounts that have been preset, but you can also give in any amount. There's also micro grants that are available to licensed ministers and churches and pastors and all kinds of things. This is a huge support effort, as Bishop Brooks has mentioned, and you can give, and then you can see up at the top there is an option to just give in general. You saying, well, I don't want to be able to give this away. I want to be able to do Givelify. I want to be able to do PayPal. I want to be able to do Cash App. You can do that there. And, Bishop, I've seen many of our leaders mention how their giving has increased during this time. And so I'm excited, and I believe that our people are going to come together and support this effort.
Yeah, I've seen our giving has gone up. It surprised me what people who are giving virtually across the board, and people are giving to our church that I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who they are. I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, okay, but thank you, God bless you. And I don't get on the airway when I'm on and ask for money for the church. I just, that's not me. But God is providing anyhow. So I believe if we all step up to the plate, you have worked hard. You have worked hard to keep us in the limelight and to keep us out there. We're not compensating you for what you do. It's impossible. And we can't afford to pay you what if this was on MSNBC or CBS or CNN. we be out the question. But you're doing a better job than some of them are. And I'm grateful for it. And everybody that's watching this has got to just start giving. You all got to give. You got to give. We got close to 2 million people as part of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the world. And if every one of them gave $10, what is that?
We'd have something awesome.
Thank you. If they gave $20, if they gave $100, 1 million people giving $100 is what?
A lot of money.
So when we give and start and understanding that, we're not asking you to, mortgage your house or nothing like that. But give. So I got to give in my local church. I give in my local church. Council's getting ready to come up, a virtual council in Connecticut. I'm going to give to that. And I have Givelify, but I'm not accustomed to using that stuff like that. But I got to figure out. I have to call my grandchildren and ask them, okay, how's Poppy do this and do it? And so we can give and give bountifully for the kingdom of God.
Let's go back to this virtual convention for a minute, Bishop, because the pandemic support, those two things are gonna be married and merged. This virtual convention, I'm looking
off the chart.
It's gonna be amazing because I'm looking forward to that connectivity. I'm looking forward to, this is the best way that we can gather together as people right now, because we can't gather together physically, but we believe that we're going to have this amazing program that will at least make you feel like you were there,
right,
and feel like it's encompassed. So just give us some thoughts about the virtual convention.
Well, we're going to start off on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's going to be a greeting on Wednesday afternoon from yours truly as we kick it off, and then we have some programming that will happen. It's not going to happen every hour of the day, but it's going to be a Wednesday afternoon for a couple hours, for about an hour, a little better than an hour and a half. Everything that's going to be scheduled is going to be scheduled within that time frame of an hour to an hour and a half, because we know that there's so much going on that you're not going to watch. We're going to have 3 speakers during the convention. You're going to enjoy them, I pray. Then on Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, we're going to have 1,000 people praying. And again, we're going to introduce people, and I'm letting staff take over a lot of the stuff that we would be involved in. And the intercessors are going to be there, crying out and praying. And we got people coming on with the prayers, with the intercessors to pray, and that we can bring in the glory of God. And then that will happen Thursday morning, Friday morning, and Saturday morning. We'll culminate with that with a dynamic speaker that morning. So everything that you watch will be no more than an hour and 15 minutes at the max. Those speakers are being told that they got 25 minutes to preach. There's no, telling the story, or, no shout out to my mama, my sister, my brother, my cousin, my uncle, brother Lightfoot, brother Slewfoot, brother Backfoot, whatever. This is just simply a quick, 20. And I learned something. You know what I've learned, Evangelist?
What's that?
We do an hour on Sunday morning. 1 hour. Actually, we don't even do an hour. We come on at 11 a.m. and by quarter to 12, 11:50, we're through.
Wrapping up. Yep.
I'm not wrapping up. We're through.
Done.
and the praise team comes up, and at 11:15, I'm up preaching, and by 11:35, 11:40, I'm through, and the praise team wraps it up, and then we go on.
I think we've learned where we can kind of trim the fat during this season. I think we've learned where we can, trim the fat a little bit.
Well, what it has done, it stopped all of the be careful, Theodore. It stopped all of the and we got right to the point. We learned how to get right to the point. And they used to say to me sometime, my wife would say to me, baby, you got up there and you talked for 15 minutes. I don't know what you said. I said, well, it's the pastor's prerogative. I'm trying to help the people. You're like, baby, you could have said that in 2 minutes instead of you took 20 minutes to say the same thing. You can say it in 2. So I learned how to say it in 2 and get out the way and go sit down somewhere.
Well, I'm excited about this virtual convention, you all. The programming committee is like working feverishly to put together an amazing program, production, layout. And so you're going to begin to see information about that rollout. You see that the graphic has already gone out. The theme is God's promise to perform. And if you've been on the website underneath that t-shirt tab or the conventions tab, you can see that there are actual t-shirts that are already coming out that you can wear during this convention. And we're probably going to share some of you all on the screen if you have your t-shirt on. So you can go there, pawinc.org/PAW-t-shirts. But the theme is out, God's promise to perform, and the shirts. And we'll begin to roll speakers out here in the coming weeks and that information. So I'm pretty excited about that too.
Yeah. And the other thing that's going to happen, that's what you got to do, cough in your elbow. Come this Friday, sometime between Friday and Saturday, we're going to break out with a 12-hour prayer.
Yep.
It's Pentecost Sunday coming up. So we all can't do what we normally wouldn't do for Pentecost Sunday. So we're going to break out we're going to have a 12-hour prayer. You're going to be coming out with some advertisement on that very shortly. And tell people how it's going to go, the intervals. Different people will be coming on and having a quick prayer and then moving on. And then you'll see some of the highlights of some of the things that we've done over the past year and going different places. I'm excited about that because it is the power of prayer. And I go back to the centralized thing that God told the man of old, if my people that are called by my name. Solomon was given the privilege to finish the tabernacle, and the glory of God came down. And after he went to sleep, God woke him up in his sleep and said, if my people that are called by my name would humble themselves and pray. Because God said, I can destroy everything. I can send the fire. I can create a havoc, the pestilence. He said, but if that happens, then when my people that are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, I will hear from heaven, and I'll heal the land. And so we're asking people to join us in this 12-hour prayer. Evangelist, you're coming back out with Pastor McQueen who's going to develop the strategies for that. And it's good to allow people that are gifted to be in their gift.
Yeah.
And you don't have to micromanage them, and you don't have to say, well, I got to have this. It's good to have people that are gifted and let them flow in their gift. And all you gifted people, flow in your gift, and don't try to be the pastor. Don't try to be something you're not. Just stay where you're at. And as I told a young man this past week, you know, the Bible is true. And it says your gift will make room for you.
Yes, it
And
will.
look what happened.
Yes, it will. Well, I'm excited about everything that's happening with the Pentecostal Assembly of the World. You all heard us talk about the pandemic aid relief, where we're going to be able to help and support a lot of people, the virtual convention, and then also this 12-hour prayer service that's happening this Friday is going to be amazing. So I'm excited. All the information will be on pawinc.org or on social media and wherever you're watching this broadcast at. Bishop, it's always amazing to have a conversation with you. And
I appreciate you.
I'm humbled to serve and just was excited to be able to have this conversation with you today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Bishop, you have any last words you want to share?
Well, we're going to come back next week, and we'll be right on target next week. We got a few people lined up to come on to talk to you all as we continually. Well, I still got to get our mental health, our health and wellness group coming on, talking to several other people are coming on with me. Perhaps one day the Honorable Bishop Noel Jones, Charles Ellis will be coming on with me. Lance Foster will be coming on with me, and others, and we're going to be discussing some things that we're doing within the body of Christ, give you a better idea. I've always tried to be transparent during my administration, and will continue to do that. And so just stay tuned. We got some good things coming up.
Yes, we do. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We'll be back here next week. We'll send out all the information about that. Go to pawinc.org for all information, or Pentecostal Assemblies of the World on all social media. And we look forward to seeing you again next week.
All right. God bless you, people of God. Have a wonderful time.
God bless you,
God bless
Bishop.
you.
Bye-bye.